This week on Big Eyes, we recap LJ's experiences at Anime NYC. Skip returns and he gives us his thoughts on the My Hero arc. And we dive into Vegeta and Granola's characters in Dragon Ball Super. So stay tuned for these things and more on the Big Eyes Podcast. Welcome. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If you are a returning listener, welcome back to the Big Eyes Podcast. I'm your host for, I guess, forever now.
Oh yeah, you're still the host. We're co-hosts. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Once again, you just get to hear AD's voice. That's it. That's all that's changing. He's introducing the show for y'all now.
Oh yeah. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Back home. Great weekend in New York. Anime NYC. The lookout was there heavy. Shout out to my brothers Mills and Jeff. Yeah, man. I'm happy to be back though. We back on Big Eyes.
Yes, sir.
We had a great time at Anime NYC though.
Yeah, man. We got to hear a good episode from Jeff and Mills yesterday on Lookout. We got to hear them have the interviews with Zeno. Yeah, we just heard a lot of great stuff from the Lookout episode yesterday, man. So, wanna hear what they have going on. They were live. They went live with it, and then they cut into the episode. I really fuck with that.
Yeah. They did an interview with Zeno and Aries, who are both voice actors. Both are actually on My Hero Academia. She plays Mirko, and Zeno's obviously the voice of Hawks. And they do a bunch of other amazing things. It was great to hear them on the panel that they were both on, hosted by Victoria. Shout out to the Sailor Moon Fan Club podcast. That's the homie, Big Eyes alum. Lookout supporter and show so much love to us throughout the weekend. So it was amazing. Shout out to Victoria. She did an amazing job. She was moderating that panel. But no, like I said, it was a great weekend. I was sad I couldn't be there for the interview, but yesterday was the baby girl's birthday, man. So I had to make sure I had to be home early to make sure I'm celebrating that, But it was amazing. I'm so happy that they Mills and Jeff held it down with that episode. So make sure y'all check into that, where you get it's just all organic, man. The love is all organic, and I think that was just the best part. I mean, great thing about Anime NYC is obviously it's packed out with a bunch of anime fans and people who just love this culture, but it wasn't. It was filled with like black anime fans, like for real.
Yeah.
You saw so many different black content creators and people who love this, and and the best thing about it too, it's people who look like us, but still staying true to them and who they are. It was just great, man. It was an amazing time. Got to meet a lot of people. Got to hear some amazing, cool things and see some cool things happen, man. Got to listen to the voices of Vegeta and Goku and hear them scream and say them lines. And, it was dope. Like, it was experiences where I'm like, wow, like starting to do this podcast just so I can create with my friends. And now we're at Anime NYC, just having a great time and getting to meet other people who are doing other great things in this community. So, man, this is just the beginning, though, man. For real, it's just the beginning. It's so much more things that we're gonna accomplish and do and grow. And so, but for that to be like one of the next steps, it was amazing, man. So I was really excited about Anime NYC, the fact that I got to be there, and yeah, it was great.
That's what's up, man. I gotta ask you for the breakdown, because this is probably gonna be the only news section we got today. Like, I want to hear about your experience. Like, what was your experience going to Anime NYC for the first time? Like, how did you enjoy it?
Man, for me, this is my first convention I've ever been to. Like, any type of convention. So for me, I really didn't have I didn't really have an expectation in my head of how it was gonna go or how it was gonna be. But on that first day when me and Mills pulled up to like we were pulling up to go get our passes and stuff, and I saw how many people were just outside and like lining up to get in. I was like, oh, I'm like, this shit's really real. Like I was like, oh, like this is like really the community now. And then it's like, man, once you get inside and you see all the, you go inside, and not even just the panels, but you go into where all the other exhibits are, and you see all these other people who, we have interacted with. I mean, shout out to the internet, but people you have interacted with over, either over Twitter, Instagram, or you've seen their stuff on YouTube, and you see them, present their art or whatever their craft is in real life. It's a little like, like sometimes you got to take a step back and be like, whoa, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that's really them, or that's really like what they do. So it was dope to just be in that space. Like for me, it fired a different creative energy in me where I'm like, okay, I see how people are doing it, and like it drove me to be like, okay, now how can I take this to the next level, even with Big Eyes and Workout and all the things that we're doing. But no, I mean, it was great, like I said, it was great to be around people who love this culture and just see them be them. You know what I'm saying? Like people were there just being free. Like, no one worried about anything. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like everybody was just enjoying themselves. All the panels that we've gone to, that was super amazing because, like I said, we saw a lot of Black content creators, and I think the best thing about that is Black content creators who are very much them. They're still very much true to themselves and true to how they want to present their things. But then it's like also you see some big names. You see some people you fan out a little bit. You get your little fanboy moments in, like, oh shit, that's him. Like, oh, what's good? Like, good to meet you. And but from my experience, and it was great. Like the days were going by too fast for me. Like we were getting there in the morning and leaving at night, and I'm still like, damn, bro, like it's already that time to leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, but it was amazing. I didn't wanna. Yeah, it was great. It was absolutely amazing.
All right. So what was the biggest thing that like surprised you out of everything? Like, were there any announcements that you heard, any panels that you attended? Like, what was like some of
the biggest announcement is the fucking the Spy Family anime. That was hey yo. There was a lot of great things that was introduced. I mean, we saw RDZ, and they talked about they have an anime come in for HBO Max. That was really dope. They gave us a short preview of that. They talked about another show they got going on with HBO Max and that they're doing, and how Michael B. Jordan and Issa Rae is a part of it. Like that shit was really, really dope. There was a insider panel where we had a lot of different people from the manga industry talking about not even just being a mangaka, but like talk about like marketing in anime, being an illustrator, being a translator, and, you know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that, like things about manga where, especially the industry in America, where you don't really think about all the extras that go into what goes in, like what goes into publishing a manga, especially printing and how you get the word out, all that. So it was dope, like getting that insider information, especially for this show, and hopefully we will have some few special guests coming on very soon. But nah, man, it was amazing just to just, man, like once again, just to be in that space, where you're just seeing everyone just have fun with anime and manga and just be themselves. But no, yeah. Overall though, you already know what it is. Spy Family. that little short trailer clip that they showed and all that, man. Fucking 2022 anime of the year. You could put my stamp on it. I ain't even
already calling it.
I don't care about no AOT. What? I don't care about no Attack on Titan. No. I mean, last thing before we move on, because I think the most interesting aspect, because we heard from a lot of voice actors, and I think the most interesting thing is that a lot of voice actors don't really know what's going on in the anime until like after the fact. I think that was very surprising to me. So like I think that's the dopest part. Even the dog's excited for it.
I know, that's crazy, man. We might have to cast him as Ein for future.
Man, it was super dope, super dope. Shout out to Mills and Jeff. Those two right there. I can literally talk all day about those two and what those two mean to me, and not even just as my brothers and like best friends, but just as someone who is trying to grow and get better at what I do here. Those two just mean the absolute world to me. Like for real, like those two right there. I wouldn't even be in the position I'm in right now to be able to do this like show if it wasn't for those two. So man, Mills and Jeff are, man, those two are heaven sent, man. They're for real, like those two are heaven sent. So I appreciate the Lookout RNC, like man, to my core, so shout out to those two, man. Those are best two niggas doing it right now. You can stamp me on it. You can, those two are the
for real though.
Top two guys doing it in the game right now is Mills and Jeff with the Lookout, and I always strive to reach that next level with them, and then they fuck around and push something farther. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta push farther now.
Go beyond.
Now I gotta go plus ultra. Now they're going plus. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Nah, man. But those two right there, man. They man, listen, the Lookout is something special. The Lookout is something special, and best believe that next year Anime NYC, like this year was big, but next year is gonna be even bigger. So once again, be on the lookout.
You already know. I might join y'all next year too. Who knows?
Oh hell yeah, you got it. Big Eyes gotta be their full presence.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was only one half of Big Eyes there. Now we need the full team.
See, we might as well get the full lookout at the next one.
The full lookout, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. But that's what's up, man. I'm happy, bro. Like niggas is outside for real. Like seeing niggas out.
We were masked up. Shout out to AD for the mask. If y'all saw the Lookout mask, obviously y'all go see us on IG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to AD. Maybe we mess around and do a little small drop. I don't know yet, but for sure, these joints is hard, man. So get y'all, man. Listen, y'all need a Lookout mask. Holla at me.
You already know. But we can move on. Like I'm happy that niggas is outside. We masked up. We safe. Like we going into 2022. I feel like everything's gonna be bigger and better with anime conventions, all of that stuff. Like this was just a small taste of what like we were missing out of from last year, and I think we're just starting to see like the beginnings of a new era of both anime manga as in the industry as a whole. And I think like with all of these conventions and everything, like people debuting, we get to talk to creatives in the space, black and otherwise. I think it's great that we're in this era, man. We're in this time. You would have never thought probably 10 years ago, like it would be.
Hell no. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
hell no. Nah. Coming up as an anime fan, bro, I always thought this was gonna be some type of niche thing. Like I never really expected anime to blow up and become this, and not even just anime, but manga. Like manga's huge now. Like volumes sell out like hotcakes.
Yes.
Like you can't find the Chainsaw Mans anywhere. Like volumes really be selling out, bro. Like manga is on a whole new level. So it's amazing. It's special. It's such a special time to be a fan.
Yeah, man. And speaking of, we got one special fan in here. You know what I'm saying? One manga fan, one anime fan. He's been sitting in the background for like the longest time. Like I'm happy that he came to join us. We got Skip coming in, man. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's good, bro? I know the deal. I'm all cut up. You know me. I'm caught up on that. I know how the story goes. First of all, shout out to Shout out to LJ for coming through to New York. Next time y'all come through, I'm definitely gonna try to be a better host when y'all come to the city for Comic-Con and Anime NYC. Just getting my life together, but I'm so glad y'all got to enjoy the lookout. So many Black people getting to experience each other in the city. It's interesting when you see people walk on the streets in New York all the time in cosplay, and then you kind of see them in one happy, safe space. It's like, I'm a little jealous. I gotta stop being lazy, but we here right now, guys.
Nah, yeah, bro. Listen, yeah, out east is like my second home, so you know, I'm listen. Skip, we definitely gonna link next time I'm out there, but nah, for sure, bro. For sure. You and also, man, this ain't your first time on here, man. Listen, Skip held it down for one episode while AD was out, doing AD things, out saving the world and whatnot. So, you know, Skip held it down for him. I'm happy that you on here now. You know, we got the full crew. You're the next person to step up on the plate. That's to argue with me. Mills gave up last week. We got another challenger at the plate.
I'm gonna let you know. I don't think this is gonna be an argument, man. This is gonna be the rare time that we might be on the same side, and I am. That's the only reason why I was like, yo, bro, I can say from the start of this episode, guys, for like the last 2 months, me and LG been going back and forth about a particular goddamn thing. It's like, yo, bro, you gotta believe. And he's like, no, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I hate how they write this nigga. This nigga's fucking soft. He cries a lot. He's like, yo, bro, you gotta believe, bro. You gotta believe. We gotta see the vision. Bro, this vision, it's getting scarce, bro. I'm not, because I feel like I know where it's going. And because I know exactly where it's going, I don't like where it's going. And I was like, damn, I see exactly how they're gonna do this, and I'm not happy.
Hey, my bad. I don't really mean to veer off real quick, but I saw this video of Seth Rollins getting beat up by a fan or getting attacked by a fan. Yo, this shit is wild. Hey, New York's different. New York is really different. Yo, what? Hey, shout out to the A show. But nah, yeah, bro. Hey, listen, Skip. Me and you we have been having a back and forth for a very long time. And I just stayed patient. Because I knew that everything I was saying was going to manifest and come true. I knew everything I was saying, I was like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm like, y'all keep arguing with me. I keep telling you that it's not. I'm like, it's going to happen. And when it started happening and seeing you guys' joy leave your eyes, to hear the pain start getting into your voices, to see the pride and joy that y'all have in this manga start to crumble, I just sat back and I was just like, wow, isn't this amazing? Like, look what I built here. Look what I built. Like, this is why I do what we do. This is why I do what I do, man. Like, I was like, you know what? Y'all keep telling me that Horikoshi's that guy, and I keep telling y'all that he's good at what he does. Don't get me wrong. He's great at what he does. But where he's at right now, he's looking like a fraud. And it's just, he keeps proving me right. Now, lately, he has just been proving me right. And, you know, to hear you finally accept this, to hear you finally accept the dark side, is just, I'm just joyful. I don't really, like, low-key, y'all two could just take the show. I'm just going to sit back and just smile the entire time. Y'all can just feel the joy radiating from the microphone.
Yo, this dude has the craziest AFO fucking evil sinister
I was about to
smile.
say, bro, this man is literally the villain right now.
Yo, because for the longest, I felt like as someone that really loves, well, if you guys haven't realized what we've been talking about, motherfucking My Hero Academia, and I've been trying to be like Deku, like, yo, bro, I believe in this kid. And it's like, sometimes I was like, it was just me and probably 2 or 3 others, and then we were getting washed, and I was like, nah, and then I was like, because
you, Sid, Mills, we gotta get Sid on next week. Listen, I told y'all, I'm gonna bring y'all all on here, and I'm just gonna listen. It's gonna be like King of the Court. I'm just gonna cook y'all one by one. But man, listen, we can just hop straight into it, man. Listen, it's My Hero.
All right, so we're gonna have to do this properly. All right, so first of all. We got to do this properly. All right, so Skip, we got you on here, man. All right, so give us your general impressions about this arc that has been going on for the last few months. Like, what is your take on it? Like the entirety of the new heroes being coming in, All for One, putting Deku on Dark Deku on this rogue mission, whatever. Everything that happened with Lady Nagan, all of the things up to Star and Stripe. Like, what was your take on this entire arc?
All right, because it's been a while since I've been on here, so there are moments where it's like I think when did LJ make his turn? I think it was the he was annoyed, and then we had like the Dark Deku, and then he was like. That's when he was like, I kind of like where this is going for like a second. And then that second passed and he was like, fuck this shit. So I was like, I got what the character's about. And I think a lot of people in the Discord, shout out to people in the Lookout RNC Discord. I get it. At his fundamental core, he has to be like a Naruto-esque like character, right? Because he has to stay true to being as close as possible to a pure version of what heroism is, right? And then I was like, all right, cool. That was okay. And then he kind of got his little friend no juice, so they captured him and he's crying and he stinks, make him take a shower. Then they got the sniper girl low-key, I'll be thinking that how you say his name, Horikoshi? Like he be killing like the cool ass adult women. Like he loves to like develop like the teenage girls, but he be murking the adult women that are mad cool. And it's like, yo, what is this? Because like I was like, all right, I'm trying to accept that lady Nagat is like murked, and I'm like, all right, I guess, because that whole bomb in her face thing. But then I'm like looking at Stars and Stripes, and I know Mills is still believing it, but I'm like, I get it. But it was so like, you might as well, what's the point? Like, we don't come away with the quirk. And I do understand that, yes, he gets scared. And of course, this awakens something in Shigaraki of this whole friendship shit in the future. And this is looking mighty rave mastery to me. And I'm probably one of the rare people that actually read that shit because the anime didn't last. But there's a particular thing of how that last arc goes where this looks fucking deja vu like. And I'm not sure if you remember how that went, but it was like these niggas hate each other, but something inside was like making one of these niggas mad evil, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah, let me help you, bro, as we fight this thing on the same side. And I swear to God, if it's on some corny shit for the next 20 to 50 chapters of what I think is gonna go, because I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody else, but it's super Star Wars like. This is influenced by so much DC, by so much Marvel, and heavy Star Wars. And if it's gonna go the way I think it's gonna go, I am super on Team Dark Side LJ. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for the vibes now, because now it's super like cliche how it's going, and I feel like I don't care. I would have to have a last minute plot twist for me to care. So I was at first kind of excited, and now we're getting to this point with Stars and Stripes. I'm like, all right, this is looking too easy to see how this is gonna end. So I'm kind of like, right now.
Nah, I feel you. See, I gotta go read Rave Master, but also I don't really like Fairy Tail like that either. And
wait, I'm telling you, AD, I'm telling you right now that this is fucking nothing like Rave Master. As a person that before I even read Fairy Tail and I read like Eden Zero and I don't even read it no more, it's like Rave Master is like the adult version of Fairy Tail. Niggas die in that shit. Like there's no friendship shit. There's like niggas get clapped. And I looked at Fairy Tail, I was like, well, I'm gonna do this story except nobody dies and everyone powers up at the most random time. Like the main character was on his Edward shit. He was getting murked. This nigga was getting beat the shit out of every time. It took him like near the end of the book for him to be like, you know what? You actually have talent, nigga. You can do some shit. So I think it's not that long of a read. I think it's less than 200 chapters. I think it's less than 200, 250. So you can kill that shit, AD. You can kill that shit. But for me, I love that. That's the only reason why I gave Fairy Tail a chance. It's the only reason why I gave Eden Zero a chance. And when I realized that this nigga's been remixing the same story and made it fucking kiddified, I was like, fuck this nigga. Fuck everything he stands for. He ruined it. So
I like how this nigga caught a stray though while we talking about Horikoshi. That shit funny.
Because he's on Big Eyes. Here's my energy. I don't know what my energy does to people. And they get on this show and they start hating everything. They just hate everything. I feel it. I love it. I told you I'm sitting back just smiling right now, man. Just the influence, to hear the negative energy what Horikoshi brings to the people. I told you, man, he was looking kind of fraudish. I was like, man, listen, bro. I was caught up in the hype for a second. My eyes was blind. My eyes was blind to it all. Then I finally woke up. My eyes are clear, third eye open. I was like, oh. I was like, hold on now. I was like, Horikoshi, what are you doing?
But Man, listen, man. Like, I'm not gonna say that core coach is bad and things are getting predictable, but I will say, like, I'm tempering my expectations. I do foresee now that the quirk is pretty much dissipated and Off One ran out. Like, he's low on quirks now. Like, he's not as strong as he used to be thanks to this entire situation. Because he had to fuse with the Nomu even to get out of there. So it's like, we needed this nerf so we can kind of gauge where the rest of the kids can come in. So I think we're going to see like one final training arc, maybe them entering their second year for the first time finally. And then if that, or if they, because they only got like a week left at most now, like, and they said to spend this week as wisely as possible. They got the film on All for One so that maybe they could try to figure out how things are going to go from this point on. So we might see a slight training arc, slight study arc, just to kind of figure out their attack plan with this entire situation, because they only get one shot at this. Otherwise, if he recuperates, like, it's game over for him. But yeah, I think we're going to see that, and then we're just going to jump into the final war.
AD, I'm telling you, this is so predictable, bro. Like, it feels like there's so many movie analogies that come to my mind when I was listening to both of you that I know how this is gonna go. These niggas gonna train. They're gonna get real strong. They're gonna fight this nigga. They're gonna probably take down all the other villains. It's gonna be the last fight, and it's gonna go. These niggas are either evenly matched or Shigaraki's gonna be slightly stronger, and it's gonna be on some. What movie was that? When whatchamacallit died? I think it was that third Matrix. Shout out to the Matrix coming back. But when fucking Neo allows himself to get stabbed and he kills him from the inside type shit, I'm telling you, it's all in the fucking notes. It's so fucking easy. Like, once I saw they did that with Sergeant Sharp, it's like, you fucking foreshadowing. I know what they're gonna do. He's gonna be like, I gotta give this shit. And like, look, if you guys already know, this is spoilers. Look, this is a theory. I'm praying it's not gonna be that easy, but something tells me it's gonna be on some Vestige world battle, real life battle, and then they're gonna have to beat them at the same time. And then it's gonna be on some, oh my god, Shigaraki and fucking Deku are best of friends. And I'm be like, nah, this nigga's supposed to be in the fucking dirt. One of these niggas gotta kill each other. I refuse for both of these niggas to live in the same exact fucking ecosystem being best of friends. These niggas were trying to, no fucking way. I cannot be satisfied if it goes that way. One of these niggas gotta be in the dirt.
I'm not gonna hold you. While you talking about that vested battle shit, I have a feeling because All Might can sort of tap into Deku's. I feel like there's gonna be a vestige battle with him and All for One more time in that world, and that may be the time where we see All Might, pass away, and then that's how Deku really becomes the number one hero. Like, that will probably be the more hypest thing out of all of that. But like, it's still kind of predictable in the sense of like, damn, bro, like,
wow,
it's gonna take away from all.
I'm just saying, you giving All Might a lot of credit. I thought he was gonna be in the dirt before he even gets to Vestige. Because remember, you have to beat him physically first, and then Vestige is like that interior battle. So I think All Might's gonna do one last hurrah, probably to create a lane.
Nah, he's done. He's cooked. All Might's done.
He's gonna die. No, he's gonna die.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying he's gonna die. But I'm just saying, like, that's probably the last that we'll see of All Might, like, in the Vestige world.
Maybe. Okay, I've been talking really bad. I haven't really been giving my reasonings behind on why. I think that this whole trying to make stars look strong in the end, but also kind of keep Shigaraki strong, and it's too middle of the field. And when you do this middle of the field thing, you end up putting yourself in this corner where you have to do these like ass pull things, or you have to do these things that come out of left field that really don't make sense. In this chapter, it made everything. It made it feel like everything that led up to this was pretty much pointless. She kind of died. She died really for no reason. Like, granted, she was able to, her quirk was able to go into All for One and I guess erase some of the quirks, but not all of them. Just pretty much erase some of the quirks that he has stored up. But then she ends up dying. The quirk goes away, and pretty much you kind of you obviously see that Shigaraki and All for One, they still kind of have this split personality thing going on. But when that happens, when that happens and she dies, it's like he's still alive though, and he still has the power to take other people's quirks. So it's like all he really needs to go and do is, man, give him like what, 48 hours, he's gonna be restored on everything that he lost is gonna come right back. So it really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you gonna introduce this character? Also goes to I think AD, you made the point, or Skip, one of y'all two, of you kill a very strong female character that, you know, that comes in, and, you know, she comes in looking very strong, but just to kill her, what, like 2-3 chapters after? Like, what was the point of her pulling up? Especially now that they're, you know, they're acknowledging her now as the strongest hero in the world. And like, well, she's the strongest hero in the world, and she went out like that. Like, I'm like, God damn, like, what do you think of the people behind her? Because this doesn't do anything. You know, and then, you know, you obviously you get a quick glimpse of Salam, as, you know, his, you know, as his country is like, nah, you're coming back. Like, you're not. There's no way we're gonna send you out there. So all these things happen, and it feels like there's little payoff. Like, obviously, this, you know, stars are supposed to be a quote unquote benchmark to see how strong Shigaraki really is. But even now, it's like, I'm not leaving this feeling that Shigaraki is any stronger than what the last time we saw him. And, you know, now they're just pretty much like, hey, thanks for dying. Stars, thanks for dying. You give us a week extra time instead of 3 days.
But I think you're forgetting the fact that it's like, not only was he the benchmark, but he was also getting all of his quirks ripped out, though. So that's one thing that Star Strike did. Like, what we're really forgetting is the fact that, like, she was the world's strongest hero, and they had to call her in because, you know, half the 80% of hero society quit on these niggas. So, like, they only had so much that they could do. So that's why they made the call the first time. But they were like, you know, you're gonna have to wait on that. But this is the first time that they're introducing them. So it's like, all right, how big is this threat? So they introduce, you know, Star Strike, who is, you know, supposed to be the strongest now, but, you know, and we get a good backstory for her. Like, she ties into the movies, which is really dope. You know what I'm saying? But, like, just for all of that to go away within like 4 chapters, like, it's kind of crazy. You could have did that a whole lot better. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling that either. But
yo, I just got a quick analogy. I think Mills and OG Johnny Favre, I appreciate it. Shout out to the A show. This is like you introduce a fucking new ass fucking wrestler from a different promotion, right? And you hype this nigga the fuck up. And it's like, this nigga's motherfucking nice. And then you fucking have him fucking destroyed by Brock Lesnar in 20 seconds. And then Brock Lesnar walks off and it's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not coming back for another 6 months. Like, nigga, what in the fucking point was you hyping this nigga up? And we only had this person for fucking 4 chapters to be like, oh, okay, Shigaraki. Like, I'm trying to understand it because it's like, I'm not sad that she died. She wasn't even around long enough for me to have an emotional connection. Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah,
we get her backstory, we get everything, we get, like, you know, we saw that she pretty much, she kind of had to grind for it, you know, like, she in the, you know what I'm saying, she in the army getting her Camaro and everything, just to go outside like that. I mean, I think the biggest takeaway we've gotten from this is we now know how fast it takes Shigaraki to take your quirk. That's the biggest takeaway. But, like, other than that, like, all of this has been nothing but, like, I don't think Horikoshi knows what he wants to do with this story right now. I truly do not think. I think that he's just, like, introducing characters and doing things because it's like he wants the fans to pop. Like, he's like, oh crap, like, we're getting an American hero, the #1 American hero. Like, damn, this is crazy. Like, this is the first American hero we done seen, you know, in the main story. I mean, obviously, if you read Vigilantes, you've met Captain Celebrity and whatnot, but, like, this is the first time we know we're really getting an American hero in here, and they're, no, damn, she's fighting Shigaraki. Like, damn, she's this strong. Oh, word, like, she's an All Might disciple. Like, that's so, like, you're getting this moment just for nothing. For nothing. At the end of the day, it's nothing. And, like, I'm like, okay, so what was the point of bringing her up? Like, if you're gonna really bring her up, and, like, Skip said it, if you're gonna bring her up, why kill her whole everything? Like, for me, I just don't get it. And, like, now it's like, okay, we got this week time for, I guess, Shigaraki to reappear into whatnot. And it's like, okay, are we going into this final battle? What does this final battle look like? Like what, you know, like now we're in this mode where I'm like, to me, I'm not even excited about what happens next. I'm just more so kind of just like, okay, like what comes next? Like what comes next? Like what's the what? Like where are we doing with this now? You know, I'm damn near in a rush for him to like end it or at least get to the next climactic battle point, because I'm like, right now that's the only thing I'm looking forward to. Only thing right now that I'm looking forward to is Deku versus Shigaraki, which may or may not be the final battle.
Yeah. Cause I'm kind of in the same boat, man. It's really weird how that feels, where it's like, where do we go from here? Like, we can kind of see where it's going, bro. Like, we can kind of see where it's leading up to. But this, I don't know, man. It's weird. I really feel like with the training arc is going to come next, and we're going to take our time through that. Probably, I hope it doesn't take no more than like 3 chapters. Whatever the training is, whatever they got to do to plan to get around it, prepare themselves. I hope it doesn't take no more than 3 to 4 chapters. I need to get into the next part, because, you know, I'm not looking forward to the slog if they go into like the entirety of, you know, what can we really do to beat him? Do I have a quirk inside of me that I have to train to like get unlocked? Because we still don't know what that last quirk that he has. We don't know what that does, or do we?
Ooh,
the last
quirk.
Yeah.
No, we saw the Fajin.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the 2. He has a smoke screen. He has the black whip.
Mm-hmm.
He has like the spider sense.
And then there's float and black whip. Yeah.
Float.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, we're probably gonna get whatever the last quirk that he has. We're probably gonna get that, and then we'll see what Bakugo and Todoroki we'll probably see like glimpses of the class here and there, trying to like work on something. Or no, because the last time we left them, they were trying to prepare something for the campus. I don't know if they got through that, but
real shit. Why have they not gone back to Dabi? I think that's really the more interesting storyline here.
Yeah, we definitely haven't seen Dabi in a minute.
And like we're so focused on the Shigaraki thing that and the things that he's doing with it, it's making the story worse. I would rather them go back to like Endeavor looking for Dabi. Like, I would rather that than. I think there's just, I don't know why, but like I think that story is way more compelling right now than this. Because we already kind of know the rift between All For One and One For All. Like, we know the rift between these parties. Like, we know they're gonna meet in the final battle. We know, like, and it's like you keep doing these things to make these characters look strong or make them feel like they're going through some type of emotional turmoil or whatever. But just for it to mean nothing 3-4 chapters later. And for this, it's like, you know, especially with My Hero, it's starting to become this whole like, oh, you can't look at it as the parts, you have to look at it as the whole. Like, look at the whole arc. You can't look at it from the week to week. But it's like, I read it week to week. Yeah. Like, I don't. But that's the
sucky part, though.
I don't sit and read My Hero in chunks. I read it week to week. So if your week to week is ass to me, like, I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't, like, for me, it's like, even if as a whole I read this and it looks and reads better, like, it doesn't. Like, why are you writing with that, like, in a sense, that mindset? If the week to week is gonna connect, like, be good week to week, and things just connect week to week, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We just have to wait and see, because we're the subject to the week to week. So until we get to the answers and then read back on where he was trying to take us, then it's like, I mean, this ain't hitting strong unless we go back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Before we switch to the next one, I just want to say, I do think as we get into this, I guess it kind of feels like that Naruto war arc. I think all like the generals that, you know, would be technically alongside Shigaraki, because, you know, they still loyal to their mans, they still loyal to Shiggy, even though they don't know what the hell's going wrong with him. I think Dabi and the rest of them, and Spinner and all the others, will be in this final clash. So I don't think Endeavor and Todoroki have to look for their kind of like forsaken family member. I think everything's going to be out in open street. So I think that storyline, a lot of the other storylines are going to be taken care of before we get into the final battle. But to me, it's technically 2 final battles in one. It's like All For One has to be taken care of before Deku and Shiggy have their last fight. Like, they have to duke it out, right? And the only way they can fairly duke it out is when Shiggy has complete control over his body. So on some, on some Sonic and Shadow shit, like, they're gonna have to like do some final fucking fight and beat this thing and then beat the shit out of each other. So I think we're still gonna get our Dobby thing, and we still have to get that, what's her name? The one that be transforming into other people.
Toga.
Yeah, there's so many people on the villain side that they have to get like their just due before us to be fulfilled as fans. So I think it has to come, bro. It has to come. Otherwise, I'm already kind of like on the dark side with LJ. I don't think I'm bouncing back, but right now I'm looking at other things like he said. I really care more about the Dobby thing and more about the Toga thing because there's so much emotional like depth to those things of like how they became the way that they are. So I'm really hoping that they finish those storylines off right, because that would at least make up for the fact of this predictable main storyline. As long as the secondary storylines end in a way that makes me feel satisfied, I won't be completely and utterly livid at how this ends.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of just, I'm reading it for the vibes now. I'm reading it for the vibes now, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, that's it. I'm my heroed out. I'm my hero now, man. It's draining, bro. It's draining. This series is it's you know what I'm saying? It's this generation's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's this generation's Dragon Ball Z, where obviously, as a I'm not ever gonna act I'm not gonna act like I'm still not a fan of it, but I'm just able to call a spade with this series. And I think I'm just, it's with Dragon Ball Z, like it's one of the most popular animes, the most popular anime of all time is that. But it's like you gotta be able to, even with Dragon Ball Z, you gotta be able to call a spade with a lot of the things that they did in it. Like there's a lot of things that they did pretty bad, and I mean there's some really great things too, but.
I mean, I agree with you, but also I think this is the point where we can go into Super, because they're trying to do something different, in all honesty, with Vegeta and his character. But that's something different from, like, I don't know, man. With My Hero, it's weird because I see the vision. Like last year at this point in time, where were we? We were at the end of the war. We done seen like Shiggy put holes in niggas' chest, like evaporate. Like
the war is one of the best things that he's ever did, and like that was like a point where I'm like, wow, Horikochi's really about to turn this up. Like this shit's about to get really, really dark and get really, really this and that and the third. And it's like maybe it was me. Maybe I set my expectations too high for him, and he couldn't clear them.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's trying in his own different way. But we'll just have to see, because this is kind of an off year for him. Like he brought the vibes with Dark Deku, even though that was short lived. He brought the vibes with All For One and him blowing up Lady Nagant, like just showing how much of a menace he is. Took out Star and Stripe. So like it's not like he's not doing something like that's bad. We do got to give him credit for at least like offering people like no matter how short lived they are, he's trying to show like an impact in a different way of showing like, hey, this man is really a menace. We got to get these young kids to like figure out how to beat this man, because he is insane. Like this nigga is a global threat. So I don't know, man. I think there's a different way that you would have to just look at My Hero, but at the same time it's like, all right, bro, like I know what to expect of you.
Nah, I mean, you brought in like Dragon Ball Super, and I said in the chat, I was like, damn, I really think I like Vegeta. And I know I'm the one person that, look, I know Vegeta is there to get his ass beat, right? And it be hurting my heart, because it'd be like, yo, Vegeta's actually grown as a character so much more in the entirety of Dragon Ball than Goku has, because Goku's kind of stayed stagnant. And it kind of makes me understand LJ's point of why a lot of times people never really like the main character, right? And the reason why you don't like the main character, because they're supposed to be the quote-unquote the constant force. Like their growth is so minuscule that you would have to really finish the series, step back and look at it and say, wow, he changed. It just took a long time but the secondary characters have so much more responsibility to grow. That's why Bakugo and so many other secondary characters in other series are usually the favorite. Even Hunter x Hunter, Killua, like he's neck and neck with Gon, and even though both characters really develop, Killua is like everyone loves this guy, right? Because he's like a rider and stuff like that.
You're able to do things with those characters that you're not able to do with the main. Like that's the reason. Like once again, the main characters, their growth comes a lot from battle experience. That's where you see a lot of main characters' growth comes from. I mean, granted, there's probably 1,000 different series you could say it's different, but most shonen, that's what you're getting from the main character. All the other characters, though, you're able to play with them more. You're able to kind of stretch them a little bit differently. You're able to kind of put them through, different, tests and trials. They're able to kind of act a little more brash or a little bit more different. But I'll say this. This is why I love Jujutsu Kaisen so much, though, because what Uncle Tommy does with Yuji. I think that what he does with Yuji is that he kind of breaks those rules a little bit with him.
Oh yeah.
You've seen kind of Yuji wild out. You've seen him have to you've seen him have to struggle and wrestle with the damn, do I have to kill people? Even especially in this chapter. This chapter is a huge factor of it. Where obviously last chapter we saw him. Go ask for a retrial, and they bring up the Shibuya incident where he kills everybody, and he pretty much confesses to it, and now he's battling Higmora Moru, and during their battle, Higmora was like, I don't really want to do this because I know you're lying. So he's like, I know you didn't really do this like Sukuna did it, but also at the same time, Higmora was like, you've had to kill someone, huh? He's like, yeah. He's like, don't feel good, does it? He's like, nah, I don't. So. That's a big reason why I love Jujutsu Kaisen, though, because even with all those characters, he's been able to kind of break those rules. But we've praised. Listen, we talk about Vegeta all the time about Super. His growth as a character is amazing. Like even this chapter, the biggest moment for me in this chapter is him going back, getting the Sensu Bean and giving it to Granola, and just pretty much being like, nigga, get your ass up, go get your fucking revenge. Like, don't be no little bitch. Don't be sitting down there on the ground. Don't be crying. Like, go get your revenge. And even Granola's like, bro, you had this the entire time. He's like, man, why didn't you take it during our battle? He's like, cuz I'm not no coward. He was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna finish the battle to the end. He was like, but you need to be able to fight this battle fresh. But no, I'm gonna be real. This is probably one of the better super chapters. Bringing this in, I think the heaters are once the heaters started getting more involved with the story, the better the story is, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think it's the most interesting thing where it's like you see the story with Granola, like compared to him with the heaters. It's kind of like Vegeta when he was with Frieza, you know what I'm saying? Like he took over his family when he was young. He was like put him on these not necessarily suicide missions, but like, hired him on and worked under him, even though he was the one who killed their family. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how that parallel works. So when Vegeta hears the story from the Namekian, that's Granola's friend, and like, yo, Bardock like, to which the one thing about this chapter that we hear is Bardock actually beat Gas, but like we don't figure out how. But we had that moment. It was like, Bardock is a low class warrior. How did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, but
his daddy got no hands. So he got beat by Bardock. Word? We supposed to be scared of this guy? Bardock. I guess.
That shit is crazy. But the fact that like he even said that was just like, all right, cool. But now we have Vegeta, who is in this state of, always developing. Like, I don't know. We got to give him at least some credit for that. Toriyama is doing something very different with Vegeta and like giving him like the development that we get to actually see versus like assuming from the end of Z. So like we actually get to see all of this stuff, and I think it's really cool how it's playing out for him. Especially it occurred to me that like this could also be Vegeta subtly doing his way with testing his way with Ultra Ego, because he has to take a lot of damage to like power up. So I think he might also be secretly testing himself, like, you know what, if I heal myself, what's the purpose of this form? You know what I mean? Let me take as much damage as possible and see how far I can push it. So, like, that might be the other thing with this fight, where Vegeta might be trying to test himself while Granola is, you know, he gets to actually stand up and fight again.
I think they're gonna, because you know what I don't like about Dragon Ball, and they do it a lot, and I think we've been arguing about it. Well, not arguing, because we all agree. We read Dragon Ball Super for the vibes. Until the anime just comes back, I read it because I've been watching this type shit since I was like in the single digits. So I was like, I am committed until I can no longer breathe. Yeah. But they usually are like, yo, we're waiting for Goku to save the game, right? So Goku's like, this dude is acting like the decoy. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, yo, Vegeta, it's not really about who wins, which is rare for this to come out of Goku's mouth. He's like, look, bro, you take the sense of beat, you save us. And Vegeta's like, okay, bet. You handle this and I'll do it. But for him to be like, normally the old Vegeta to be like, I'm going to take this sense of beam, I'm going to kill this nigga, and I'm still probably going to beat Granola's ass. But when he heard the story, just like what AD said, I'm like, nah, this nigga's growing. Because the old him would be like, I need to take this because my pride's hurt. But he's like, dude, as a man, looking at another man, it's like, I get this. This is not my kill. The fact that he's like, you know what? I'm going to do a Chris Paul to you, bro. I'll give support. I'll help you when you need to. But this is one-on-one. He killed your mama. Hands. Kill this nigga. And I'm like, you know what? Vegeta, you're not so bad. You basically are Dolph Ziggler. You basically get no fucking wins. But you know what? All right, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you heavy, bro.
They call my man Dolph, though. He ain't Dolph Ziggler.
LJ, what is he then? This dude doesn't get the hell no wins, no titles, no nothing. They just, it's just vibes, just development and vibes, bro.
Vegeta's Vegeta, man. Like, cause I mean, there's a different type of thing that goes in on Vegeta, though, man. Like he really, I'll say this. This is the first time we see Vegeta's like losses actually kind of mean something. I think before he's still taking L's, which is whatever, but you know, it's to the point where, you know, there was a time where Vegeta was just getting his ass whooped just to get his ass whooped. Like, all his ass whoopings were just humbling moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to humble this nigga. Like, that's it. But, like, even then, like, he doesn't technically lose this fight against Granola. I'll say that it was he was trading blows with Granola. Granola's having his moments. Vegeta was having his moments, too. But I think, you know, this is kind of the moment where you start to see Vegeta accept this, like, OG role with other fighters of like, listen, man, like, I've been around the block a few times. Like, I know how, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's really like, I know how this goes, my guy. Like, you can't fool me. You know, and he obviously, as he continues to get stronger and find his own lane, but I don't know, man. Like, I mean, Vegeta is some of his best writing. I mean, I've said it time and time again. But with this one, I'm excited to see where it goes. I like that right now we are seeing Granola really be the one who is going to get this main fight. I feel that it's ultimately going to end with Goku winning or like coming in and saving the day somehow, some way. But I really hope Granola gets his I really hope Granola gets his moment. I think that's how this should end. Especially because we know Frieza isn't pulling up at all. I think the fact that now that Oil has his power, like, Frieza's not pulling up at all.
I think we're getting to the point where it's like it wouldn't be any point for Frieza to pull up at this point. We may see Frieza pull up like after the results, because he's still wrapped up in all of this. So at worst he may be in the next arc. You know what I mean? Like, and it could play off of the after effects of this. But yeah, I think at this point, Dragon Ball is heading into a very interesting direction. I'm expecting the unexpected, surprisingly, because I feel like they are trying to build up to something. Like, if it doesn't happen, cool, it's still Dragon Ball. But like, I would like to be a little surprised and see like where they go with Vegeta's character, if they allow him to actually get a W for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, or is it finally time to pull the trigger? You know what I mean?
Maybe. It might be. It might be. I don't know yet. I don't know. Listen, Vegeta gets a big win, the internet might break.
And that's what I'm saying, dog. Like, I don't want to get. If
Vegeta gets a huge win, the internet will break. Like, I'm talking about, like, this is gonna be bigger than when like the Cubs won the World Series, like breaking like 100-year championship streak. Like this is gonna be bigger than LeBron bringing a championship to Cleveland. Like nigga, this is gonna be the biggest moment in pop culture. if Vegeta gets a win.
That's what I'm saying. Like the hype is there. The hype is all there. The energy is there. Like you've humbled this man enough. This man, Vegeta Bingo. He actually held his left arm in this chapter. But I think that it's finally time. It should be finally time because he done had so many humbling moments. Like we done seen him grow so much. Like from his time with the Namekians to even with this moment, like whether or not he wanted revenge for whoever actually put him into the situation that he did, and with Granola seeing kind of the after effects of his people, even though like he was put in a shitty situation. You know what I mean? Like we done seen Vegeta wrapped up in so many things. I think it wouldn't be bad for them to finally pull the trigger and say, you know what, Vegeta, like, you actually earned this moment.
Nah, I mean, yeah. Like I said, we gonna see though. We are going to see.
Yeah, I give up. There was a time that I thought Vegeta should have won. I was a one person, and at LJ right on cue, he's like, "All right, Skip, wait and see." He's gonna be disappointed as always. I have zero expectations for how they write Vegeta. That's why I'm calling him Vegeta Ziggler from now on. That's his nickname to me in the game. Vegeta Ziggler. So if they somehow make him win, okay, cool. But he's Vegeta Ziggler. Anytime he's supposed to win, they're not gonna give it to him. So that's all I gotta say.
I mean, I agree. But at the same time, like it wouldn't be anything that I wouldn't expect. That's why I'm hoping for them to surprise me.
Yeah. Like I said, Toriyama has his formula. He has his formula. It works for him. I mean, obviously, Dragon Ball Super is still continuing to run. Millions and millions of people read it still every time it drops. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see what happens with this. Yeah, I don't know. These two mangas right here.
Yeah.
Why these got to be the two hottest mangas? Like. We need some more shit. We need something else to step up. Undead Unluck's been really great. Mash has been really great.
Yeah.
Both of those have been really, really good. I think Undead Unluck has been on low-key Undead Unluck has been on a
my nigga. It's been on a run.
Undead Unluck has been on a run right now. It might low-key be the hottest thing that's running. I might have to put it out there.
I don't know about all of that, but at the same time, like the story even
with Jujutsu, bro, even what Jujutsu's doing right now, and granted, I really like this arc, but it's it's really good so far. But what the shit that Undead Unluck is doing with the story, especially with like Andy and oh my god, it's really good. Like there's a reason why they say like Undead Unluck, Mashley, and what was the third one that they said? Yozakura. They said those three right now are really the next three that's gonna hold it down for Shonen Jump in a while.
Yeah, Yozakura has been on a run too. Like the story with the family right now has been amazing. That's been going crazy. Black Clover is still in the war. Like they had a recent Yami chapter, like where we get to see his kind of like feelings and the power of friendship. But I think it was just done really well because it was like from Yami's perspective. He was like, you know what, I actually love y'all niggas too, man. Like y'all my family. It was like a really wholesome chapter. So like even with Black Clover, I think that they're in a good point.
Was there even any question that he didn't love these weird people? This dude is like the freaking like dark Nick Fury of like, look at these losers. I'm gonna make them special, and I'm gonna put them on the team of losers that are really winners. Like, yo, come on, bro. I knew it from the get. Like, yo, once he got this loud ass, yelling ass Asta to be like, yo, I don't know what's with you, kid, but I like you. You're gonna be all right.
Asta's still one of my least favorite main characters right now in Shonen.
Hey man,
do you dislike him more than Deku? Do you dislike him more than Deku?
I think they're at the same level.
Damn. All right, because I really hate Asta. Really hate it.
He's not bad.
He's. If there's any time someone wants to say a main character is really like Naruto, Asta's really that guy. Especially if you're talking about personality, it's kind of just being loud and obnoxious, and like the loud and obnoxious shit doesn't really like it bothers me. But I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Asta pulls girls too, though, man. That's the thing, man. Asta got a lot of women that love him. That gives him some plus points for me.
I was about to say the same thing, but also
Deku really don't be pulling him like that. He got on Chaco, but like other than that, man, everybody be friend zoning that guy.
I mean Toga.
Nah, Toga low key feeling on Chaco on the low.
Oh man.
On the low, you really feel it on Chaco, but it's
I was about to say at least for I don't know, if you take the personality away from Deku, you probably end up with someone like Mash. So like at the same time, like I guess that's a plus for Mash more than anything, like for Mashal, because like that nigga just be wanting to work out and just kicking shit.
But Mashal's more deadpan than anything. Like he's very like he dry humor throughout it. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like he's the opposite of Asta.
Yeah, I like that though. I like drier characters. I like characters that are more like reserved and quiet and more like I just want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like I like characters like that. I like characters that just don't. They know what? I'm just trying to do my thing. But if I have to murk you, I will.
I feel like
I think Mashal. I do have to catch up on Undead Unluck, so I feel like there's a lot other because you guys talk about it a lot, and I feel like now that we have free time, we get into the holidays. I'm about to like power read that because not that many chapters. I think it's still under 100, right? Like
yeah, it's pushing like 90 right now.
Yeah, I can catch up. But Mashal to me is always like I need that in Sakamoto Days. I'll talk about that every chance I get because they don't be making.
There we go, Sakamoto Days. That's the other one. Sakamoto Days, Mashal, and Undead Unluck. Those are really the next three up for.
Nah, those are. I mean, if you're putting Undead Unluck with there, it's probably like super good because Sakamoto Days. It doesn't make sense how good it be getting. It's like I know we put Spy Family in like that kind of like god tier of like it's just wholesome but like with the shit's action type shit. But Sakamoto Days is like a notch under it of like it's not pure. It's basically violence, epic violence and vibes. Like the Spy Family is like covert violence and vibes. Like it's mad cute. Like you can watch your kids can watch it. But Sakamoto Days is for people like us. Like you cutting people up, bet. You shooting people in their face, bet. You exploding people. Let's go. I love that show so much. That and Mashal, it gives me that comic relief and extreme violence that I love.
Sakamoto Days is really amazing too. I mean, even this latest chapter. I think this latest chapter was some of the like great. It was like really good storytelling. This is like really good writing on this latest chapter where you're getting the background of the serial killer. And you start kind of seeing like how he became a serial killer. Like I was like, yo, like is he like this is in his writing bag right now? Like, what? I was like, he's really like he's writing right now. I'm like, okay, like I like this. Like, nah, man, this was like I completely agree with Skip. I think Sakamoto Days is something also very special. I think, man, right now Shonen Jump's in a really good position. They've been getting stronger and stronger every season. I feel like, especially after they make cuts.
Yeah.
It just seems that I don't know. It just seems that they, things always fall into place for them. I think Children X right now is probably my favorite thing out of Shonen Jump. But yeah, I don't know. Shonen Jump's in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, same. I've been really enjoying Dandadan. That's been like turning up for me every chance I get the chance to read it.
Man, I really wish they could put it on the app, but it's 18 plus.
I be reading on Manga Plus. Like they don't put all of them on Manga Plus, but I be. Just because they had it like on there for a certain amount of time, which I don't know why they did that. Like, bro, put it back. Like, y'all got that power. Come on. But like, I that's just been where I'm reading it and where the story is right now. It's like really, really good. Like Okarun, like trying to work his game, man. It's really fun to see this man try to like run game because he don't want to lose his shorty, man. Like his first friend. Like that shit's kind of fun. I will say you got to give some credit to Dr. Stone though, bro. Like as much as niggas want to rag on it, you got to give it some credit. It's all
Yo, we at the finals, bro. LJ, yo, bro, come on, bro. They're doing things that don't even make sense time wise. I'm looking at this like, yo, these dudes were literally in the Stone Age. They fast forward some more. They did some time skips in there. They're literally saying, yo, this took us 2 months to figure this out, 5 months to figure this out, no, 5 years to figure this out. Yo, LJ, you don't ever have to hear me and AD talk about this again, but this is some real wholesome content. It's not like Spy Family good, but it's like, yo, bro, they're trying to. Yo, two of these people like, yo, was it Chrome and that girl?
Suika.
Yeah, they were like, yo, we want everyone to come back home. This is a rare time that I'm okay with the whole cheesy, like, you know, friend of Jesus, because nobody's really dying in this. This is vibes and science. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. Y'all can't do anything. Like, y'all can't sway me, bro. I'm sorry. I can sway y'all can't sway me. All right, listen, you already know what it is with me. Nope, not even doing it. I can't do it. Whatever. I'll read a science textbook. Once I dropped out of school, I said no more learning. Once I dropped out of school, bro, I said science. PBS? What? Hell no. Turn this off.
Wow.
Turn this off.
Wow. Don't listen, kids.
Listen, kids, drop out of school. Drop out of school and find your way. That's the best way I can. That's the best advice I can give you.
It does have
stay in school, kids. Stay in school. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Stay up until high school. Whatever you do for college, that's what you do. Graduate high school. Okay. Yeah. Every kid should graduate high school. After what you do after that, up to you, my guy. Graduate high school. But Dr. Stone is you know, put that next to the textbooks, bro.
Nah.
Wishbone, man. That's that Wishbone hour special right there, bro.
Bro, I would have passed science with 90s if I had Dr. Stones when I was a kid. I'm letting you know, like, the type of shit that
Wishbone,
they talk about.
Listen, bro, smash that between Wishbone
These niggas
and
made the internet, nigga. Like, how the fuck did they even... Bro, come on.
AD, let's wrap this up. Y'all killing me now. What's up killing me?
Man. All right.
Skip. Okay, before we get out of here, Skip, what is something that you're excited for that's coming up? Manga wise.
Manga, anime, like
whatever. What's something that is exciting you, something that is, you know, that you're heavy into right now, and whatnot.
I'm kind of curious, even though it's a different type of game. So it's well, I saw with the game that I saw, like that Dragon Ball Z, like kind of like spooky type game with the breakers. With like
that looks hard.
That's different because, you know, I wasn't down with that Kakarot thing. Like I already watched it. I don't need to play all this shit again, right? So I wanted something different. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think right now is just really trying to tap into some more content. Like I've been catching up on Blue Lock. I've been catching up on like Tower of God and other things, trying to find more plugs. I had the chance to read Tokyo Revengers, and then that site went down. So as soon as I was like, the holidays are coming, I'm about to read it, so I need to find a new plug to read it. So I think right now is catch up on Tokyo Revengers because I've been hearing so many guys talk about it. So y'all love it.
Man,
I'm gonna get to it. And anime, obviously, Spy X Family. I know people know me as the anti-anime person, but when it comes to certain shows, I'm gonna watch that shit. When it comes to Spy X Family, I'm gonna watch that shit. I'm tapped in. There's very few things I want to watch. I want to watch that shit.
For sure. Also, Skip, tell people where they can find you, man. You be doing everything, man. You got Skip got like 150 hustles. That's why I fuck with him. Skip fuck around and sell you car insurance. Like you don't never know.
Bro, as long as it's a good deal, bro. But I know for me right now, no, for me, it's Skip from BK on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow my website because I have my podcast coming out. It's not cool like these guys when it comes to covering manga and anime, but it really is interviewing like, you know, a lot of black and brown progressive people. I have 2 seasons out now. It's called Dreams Money Can Buy. It's on Cove Alpha. Just check me out, and you'll probably see me more. I always retweet these guys. Shout out to these guys just being consistent with the glad to have them weekly because I didn't know how I was surviving bi-weekly, but I love what these guys are doing. LJ and AD, they really cover a space that I thought I wasn't allowed to talk about publicly. So I am so happy that we have the Big Eyes and the Lookout on RC. Yo, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys always.
Oh man, love, bro,
all love, man.
Listen, you already know open door policy on the Big Eyes for you. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to come on and you want to pop up, man, just say the word, send a text, and we on. But nah, make sure y'all tap in with Skip though, bro. He's always one thing I always appreciate about Skip is that we always we pop our shit back and forth, but Skip genuinely just wants to see people win, and like that's that that I know that for a fact that he just be trying to see others win and keep it genuine with folks. So always appreciate you, Skip, for coming on, and man, the banter is always fun, my guy. Welcome to the dark side. Listen, welcome to the dark side. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go follow the Lookout RNC on wherever you on all socials, and make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Same with RNC Radio Live, man. Make sure y'all subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. RNC Radio Live on Twitter, Instagram, whatever else on socials. Yada yada yada. You already know what it is. Big eyes.
You already know, man. Please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout. Only on the lookout for the Big Eyes Podcast.